Long before Egypt built its pyramids, long before the first cities rose in Mesopotamia, something truly extraordinary was constructed on a remote hilltop in southeastern Turkey. Its name is Göbekli Tepe, and it's rewriting the story of human history as we know it. Archaeologists have called it the world's oldest known temple, a sprawling complex of massive carved stones that dates back an astonishing 12,000 years. To put that into perspective, that is nearly 7,000 years older than Stonehenge, and more than double the age of the Great Pyramid of Giza. This site emerged from a time we thought was defined by small, nomadic bands of hunter-gatherers. People who, according to our textbooks, shouldn't have had the social structure, the resources, or the knowledge to create such a monumental masterpiece. And yet, here it is. Göbekli Tepe consists of numerous circular enclosures formed by enormous T-shaped pillars, some weighing up to 20 tons. These pillars aren't just crude blocks of stone. They are intricately carved with stunningly detailed reliefs of animals, foxes, lions, snakes, scorpions, and birds. The craftsmanship is breathtaking. The symbolism is profound. This raises a mind-bending question. How did Stone Age people, without metal tools, without the wheel, and supposedly without agriculture to support a large workforce, achieve this? The sheer scale of the project is staggering. It would have required hundreds of people working together with a shared vision and sophisticated organization to quarry these massive stones, transport them up a hill, and erect them with such precision. This is a level of coordination we didn't think was possible for hunter-gatherer societies. The mainstream archaeological view is that the spiritual or religious drive to build Göbekli Tepe was so powerful that it actually kick-started the agricultural revolution. The theory goes that the need to feed the large groups of builders gathered at the site for extended periods spurred the domestication of wheat, which first appeared in this very region. In this narrative, it was the temple that built the city, not the other way around. It was the birth of religion that gave rise to settled civilization. But there's another, more controversial idea that has captivated many. What if Göbekli Tepe isn't the work of simple hunter-gatherers at all? What if it's the legacy of a much older, more advanced civilization that we've lost to history? A civilization that was wiped out by a cataclysmic event, leaving behind only echoes of its greatness. Proponents of this theory point to several puzzling clues. First, the incredible astronomical alignments found at the site. Some researchers argue that the pillars are aligned to specific stars and constellations, suggesting a deep understanding of celestial mechanics. One pillar, known as Pillar 43, is particularly fascinating. It's covered in carvings, including a vulture and a headless human figure, which some interpret as a depiction of a catastrophic comet impact around 10,950 BC. An event known as the Younger Dryas impact hypothesis. This theory suggests that a comet struck the Earth, causing a sudden and dramatic climate shift, widespread extinctions, and the collapse of any civilizations that existed at the time. Could Göbekli Tepe be a memorial to this world-changing event, built by the survivors? Then there's the mystery of the site itself. The builders of Göbekli Tepe did something completely bizarre. After centuries of use, they deliberately and carefully buried the entire complex under tons of earth, preserving it perfectly for millennia. Why would they do this? Was it to protect it for a future generation to find? Was it a ritual act, closing a chapter of their history? Or was it a desperate attempt to hide it from the chaos of a collapsing world? Mainstream archaeology suggests it was part of a ritual cycle, but the sheer effort involved in burying a site of this magnitude is hard to explain. Consider the level of abstract thought required. The T-shaped pillars are clearly stylized human forms. They have carved arms, hands, and belts, but no faces. They are not gods in animal form, but abstract representations of powerful, perhaps ancestral beings. This level of symbolic thinking is incredibly sophisticated for the period. The builders weren't just depicting the world around them. They were creating a complex symbolic and spiritual universe in stone. This leads us back to the central question. Where did this knowledge come from? Did hunter-gatherers suddenly invent complex architecture, astronomy, and art all at once? Or did they inherit this knowledge? The idea of a lost mother culture is a recurring theme in alternative history. Think of Plato's Atlantis, a highly advanced society destroyed by a natural disaster. While there's no direct evidence of an Atlantis, the mystery of Göbekli Tepe forces us to consider that our picture of the ancient past might be incomplete. What if the stories of a great flood, found in cultures all over the world, are not just myths, but faded memories of the real cataclysm that ended the last ice age, an event that would have wiped out coastal civilizations and forced the survivors inland, carrying with them the fragmented knowledge of a golden age? Could Göbekli Tepe have been built by these survivors, a last-ditch effort to preserve their wisdom and warn future generations? This theory remains on the fringe of archaeology, and it's important to be clear about that. The evidence is circumstantial and open to interpretation. Mainstream archaeologists have built a compelling case that Göbekli Tepe was indeed the product of uniquely organized hunter-gatherers, a cathedral on a hill that sparked the dawn of a new era. They argue that we have consistently underestimated the capabilities of our Stone Age ancestors, but the gaps in the story are what make it so compelling. We still don't know who the builders were, what language they spoke, or what specific beliefs inspired them to dedicate generations of effort to this colossal undertaking. And the fact that they chose to bury their creation adds a profound layer of enigma. Perhaps the truth lies somewhere in the middle. Maybe it wasn't a technologically advanced Atlantis-style civilization, but a society with a deep, sophisticated spiritual and astronomical knowledge that we are only just beginning to appreciate. A culture that understood the cosmos and its place within it in a way we have forgotten. As excavations at Göbekli Tepe continue, new discoveries are made every year. Only a tiny fraction of the site has been unearthed, and who knows what secrets still lie buried beneath the Anatolian soil. We've found smaller, similar sites in the surrounding region, suggesting this wasn't an isolated phenomenon, but part of a much wider cultural network. We are looking at the footprint of a lost world. Göbekli Tepe serves as a powerful reminder that history is not a straight line of progress from simple to complex. There may have been peaks of knowledge and achievement in the deep past that were lost and later rediscovered. It challenges our assumptions and forces us to ask, what else don't we know about our own origins? The stones of Göbekli Tepe are silent, but they speak volumes, telling a story of a time when humanity looked to the stars and decided to build for eternity. What do you think? Was Göbekli Tepe the catalyst for civilization, built by ingenious hunter-gatherers? Or is it the last testament of a lost advanced civilization, a message in a bottle from 12,000 years ago? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks so much for joining me on this journey into the deep past. If you enjoyed this exploration, please hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next video. Until next time, keep questioning.